Hello gang, this is Muck and I'm here with another video about Sea of Conquest, Pirate War. Let's talk about crews for our ships and review the results of a few different setups. But first, if you like my video, don't forget to like it after watching it, I'll be very grateful. There are a lot of versions about how to set up the ships in terms of parts and crews, but let's start with the basics. As we know, ships, parts, and heroes have a type of damage that can be artillery, cutthroat, strategist, blazing, and drowning. Heroes have classes that we already saw in the previous video. They can be captain, first mate, gunner, or jack of all trades, meaning they work in any position. If we separate them all by damage type, we have that for artillery. In Season 3 we will have the chance to get the ship Sajid. The part set is the Queen of Revenge, and the heroes are Ophelia from S1 as captain, Sharky as first mate, Chilantin and Oscar as gunners. For Cutthroat, the ship is the Warhammer. The set is the Requiescence of Black, and we have Bones from S1 as captain, Lord Kojo as first mate, Luna and Betty as gunners. For strategist damage, we have the ship Fearless Princess. The set is the Banquet of Reaper, and the heroes are Griffin from S1 as captain, Boa and Delilah as first mate, Molly and Henry Hell as jack of all trades. For blazing, we have the Crimson Sentinel at S1, and in S2 we can build the ship Stormbringer, which we could get of a rare, epic or legendary type. The blazing set is the Burning Crown, and the heroes are Lester and Sola as captain, Tanaka from S2 and Will as first mate, and Ned as gunner. Finally, for drowning are the same Crimson Sentinel and Stormbringer as ships, but this time with the set Rupturer of the Abyss, and the heroes are Barnacle as captain, Eileen as first mate, Adeline from S2 and Mad Dog as gunners. To them we have to add the support heroes such as Ahab as captain, a defensive hero who applies shield, Cordelia, a jack of all trades with healing skills, Madame Lulu, first mate who also has healing skills, Cursed Ed, jack of all trades and disabling hero, acts by reducing the enemy combat power and increasing their damage taken. Armstrong is a gunner. She works attracting attacks over the ship she's on, also increasing the ship's health points and damage mitigation. And we have Magnus, a gunner and defensive hero. He has similar skills as Armstrong, but also applies shield to up to 3 ships of the fleet. From all of these heroes, Magnus and Boa can only be obtained by purchasing VIP packs. Let me introduce you who's sponsoring this video. Paxify is the best, the safest, and 100% legit way to buy bundles with great savings. Get regular discounts of 10 to 30% plus special flash deals weekly and give a boost to your game. Hundreds of satisfied customers and top players prove to us how convenient it is. Try Paxify for free and get a welcome bundle, 0 cost and 0 risk. No more limited payment methods. Choose from credit, debit card, Google and Apple Pay or Revolut app for instant payments. For those who love fast progress, grab up to $400 in bonuses with Crazy First Deposit deal. With Paxify, your account is 100% safe. So, join now, save money, become the hero of your gang and demolish your enemies. Bind your account to Fund Plus, so it is safe and you're always in control of it. Then you'll be ready to start saving. Ready to do it? Click the link in the description box and start your journey. One thing is for certain, is that you will lose a combat when your flagship loses all the HP, so keeping it safe longer should be one of your objectives when setting up the parts and heroes you put on it. There are many different strategies around, like setting up the flagship as a full tank, to set it as an artillery ship, or a strategy of balanced ships by using support heroes on more than one or all of them. Let's look at some interesting tests and results. For this exercise, let's consider that each ship will be with the indicated set for the damage type, and I only made one change for one of the setups. using the Queen of Revenge for artillery setup on the flagship. In all the others, I used Sovereign of the Seas to switch up into tank mode, since this set provides additional armor and health point by having the full set. About crews, I will mention the names of the heroes of each crew by class order: Captain, First Mate, and Gunner. The first setup I call it the artillery flagship, and as I said, is built so the flagship is dealing artillery damage using the Queen of Revenge set, but keeping a support hero like Ahab. So the crew is Ahab, Sharky, and Shilantin. The Warhammer crew is Bones, Lord Kojo, and Cordelia, and the Fearless Princess with the strategy set and the heroes Griffin, Lulu, and Molly, a support hero on each ship. The second setup I call it Full Tank, and it's built with the flagship as tank with Sovereign of the Seas set and crewed by Ahab, Cordelia, and Armstrong. The Warhammer with Bones, Lord Kojo, and Chilantin. A full attack ship but with the artillery hero Chi, since I still don't have a cutthroat gunner. The Fearless Princess with Griffin, Henry Hell, and Molly. 2 full attack ships. The third setup I call it Armstrong Alternative, and the flagship crew is Ahab, Cordelia, and Chilantin, meaning 2 support heroes and a damage gunner. The Warhammer with Bones, Lord Kojo, and Armstrong, 2 damage heroes and 1 support. And the Fearless Princess with Griffin, Lulu, and Molly, 2 damage heroes and 1 support. In this setup, I moved Armstrong to a secondary ship of the fleet. The fourth setup I call it Balanced Flagship Tank, and has the flagship with Ahab, Sharky, and Armstrong, 2 support and 1 damage hero. Armstrong coming back to the flagship. The Warhammer with Bones, Lord Kojo, and Cordelia, and the Fearless Princess with Griffin, Lulu, and Molly, both ships with 2 damage heroes and 1 support hero. The fifth combination I call it the Full Tank plus Ed. The difference with the second setup is that I replaced Chilantin with Cursed Ed in the Warhammer. And the sixth setup I call it Ed's Flagship Tank. Here the changes regarding the full tank are mainly Ed on the flagship instead of Cordelia, but keeping Ahab and Armstrong, Cordelia to the Warhammer as gunner, and the Fearless Princess with Griffin, Lulu, and Molly. The data used in this spreadsheet is the one you find in the combat reports, and you'll find more info if you click here. All the combats were made against armed freighters level 31. If we look at the remaining HP of the fleet, the best performance is by the Balanced Flag Tank, followed by Ed's Flag Tank and the Full Tank. Regarding of damage output, Ed's Flag Tank is the best performer, followed by the Full Tank and the Artillery Flag. The worst in this case was the Balanced Flag Tank. The heroes dealt most damage in the Full Tank, followed by the Artillery Flag and Ed's Flag Tank. The ones that received the least total damage were the Full Tank, the Balanced Flag Tank, and Ed's Flag Tank. The setups with the best healing performance were Ed's Flag Tank, the Balanced Flag Tank, and the Artillery Flag. Regarding the remaining HP of the flagship, the Balanced Flag Tank had the most remaining HP, followed by the Full Tank and the Full Tank plus Ed. If we assign a score from 1 to 6 to each category, the Ed Flagship Tank and the Full Tank have the best score, followed by the Balanced Flag Tank. So when deciding, it is important to consider what we want. I will base my decision on the remaining health of both the flagship and the full fleet, and the total damage they deal. That being the case, I will stay with Ed's Flagship Tank setup. Although in remaining health of the flagship is one of the lowest scoring, it is also the setup in which the flagship took more damage, so it fulfilled its role as a tank very well, and the entire fleet managed to resist the damage better, being the second with more HP remaining after the fight. In addition, it was the setup dealing the most damage. A fact to consider is that Cordelia, to be more effective, must be on the ship with more damage, so by placing her on the flagship in tank functions, we will get less healing from her. By placing Ed on the flagship and moving Cordelia to my higher damage ship, improved notoriously her healing performance. Well guys, I hope this can be helpful for you. As always, join my Discord and follow me in my other social media. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and activate notifications so you know when I upload new content. This is Muck. I wish you all a great day. Bye bye.